I almost thought that they started to go covert to overt and then back to covert again. Because, you know, they're trying to switch things up. As you switch up, they switch up. And then they switch up, and then you switch up. It's a switch game. It's just life. It's everyday life. And if I didn't have this YouTube channel, well, I wouldn't even be talking about it. I mean, I would be talking about it to my family, but that's about it. But because we have this platform still, I'll just keep talking about it and just let people know the tactics that I see. And when you watch other YouTube channels, to have enough courage to talk about it, then you kind of learn from them too. And that's what it's all about, learning from other people. I mean, this is about as peaceful as it gets. Nobody around. I mean, I know they still see me. They're looking right at me in my camera hole there, the phone, but other than that, you know, this is a pretty peaceful park. This is the park where the guy rode by with his bicycle in his really tighty tights that he shouldn't be wearing, but he did anyway. But for the most part, this park is stalk free. The other one though, the bigger one, I can't say the same for that, because a lot of people park there and get their alerts. They're pretty obvious in that one. They're pretty overt on in that park, for sure. But they truly do want to know how you function. They're just big kids. Big kids with a lot of money. They're those kids that ask you a lot of questions that become very annoying. So instead of asking you questions and being annoying, well, they'll just follow you around. They'll just surveil you. They'll listen in on your conversation. That's how they get their answers. What do you want to know, Elite? How do I feel about those clouds? I don't think they're real. Does that answer your question? But God did say he's coming with the clouds. Well, yes, of course he is. Because again, it's all his material anyway. Man just thinks they're so damn smart. Can you imagine being like, how, think about it. If you want, your job is surveillance, okay? And you're the well, you're the surveiller that sits behind the computer there, and your job is to listen in on someone's phone and watch through their camera hole. You know, you have to already have a creepy perversion of a type of spirit to be able to do that in the first place. As you sit back listening in people's conversations, listening in on personal talk, arguments, whatever. I don't know. I just wouldn't be able to do it. I would feel very creeped out. I felt creepy, right? I was walking into Acme. This was a little while ago, and I went into one aisle. I didn't see what I was looking for, and then there was only 2 aisles that it could have had the product I was looking for. You know, eye wash or whatever. And then I walked back again, and there was a woman in the aisle. And when I walked back to the aisle, I felt an immediate creepy feeling, because I didn't want that woman to think that I was stalking her because I went back to the same aisle again. Because I know how people act like they're looking for something just to go in an aisle where you're at. I'm telling you that the feeling of creepism was just overwhelming. It's a fox. So I immediately, I thank God, I seen what I needed, and I grabbed it real quick and turned around. But what we're really dealing with is soulless people. They truly do not believe in God. They absolutely don't follow the law. And I'm talking about even the people that are not so much every single citizen on patrol, because yeah, you can still believe in God and think you're just deceived. You think that you're helping the police when you're just helping the elite. So the deception is it runs so damn deep, you just have no clue. So not all of those are they evil spirited, but the ones that have the tactics, the ones that are told to do certain tasks to be annoying, well, yeah, you have an evil spirit, because how could you possibly feel good about yourself when your job is to be annoying? Because I guess if your job is that, well, you deserve to get slapped upside your head. And I'm sure some people do. I'm sure there are certain targets out there that can't handle it, and they do turn to violence. And I'm sure some of the targeters have gotten killed because of it, because you don't know who you're messing with, really. The elite knows, but you don't know. And then the ones that are assigned to burglarize your house, that's just straight up yeah, I don't think there's, for you, there isn't any light at the end of the tunnel. You're just screwed. But for everybody else, there's light. See? At the end of the tunnel. Now I pulled up with this guy here, and he didn't look not even for a second. my babysitter. I have 2 babysitters. Yeah, because I go back and forth. Sometimes I think, well, maybe there's certain elites that have woken up. Nah, they haven't. They have not. They can freaking open their pineal gland all they want. They have no connection with God whatsoever. None. Yeah, the usual protocol. They took the basketball courts down. Now it's just hangman. Now, yeah, sometimes I go to the park by myself, right? Like I am now. So it's perfectly normal to do that. This line isn't straight. It's actually pretty crooked. But all things that are crooked are going to be made straight. Because right now, everything that's straight is crooked. Oh, the other guy left. Look at that. They sure did. Oh, okay. It was shift change. I see. Shift change. Because I just observe things. So as I pull up, the guy comes and parks. He was just pulling up, the first one, and as I walk by him, I didn't even hear him leave, and you got Mr. Shift Change here. But you know, it's just a regular car. There's no missing tail light, headlight. But I don't really expect to go anywhere. You know, I do get a little disappointed. When I don't get attention, I get a little disappointed. But no, it's not normal to come to a park and just sit there. It's not. Because it doesn't feel that way. You go to a park, I don't know, you usually walk, I guess. That's the way I look at it. But then again, there are some times I go to the park and I sit there, but I'm watching some videos and whatnot, trying to learn some more, as much as I can before everything's shut down. And if nothing gets shut down, well then, you know, so be it. We continue on. But I know what the main sign is to look for, and that's just straight up, absolute, complete and utter destruction. America first. America first. Because it's going to be great. It's going to be such a great show. I mean, we're already seeing it now. This world is just fake. There's only 3 types of people. There's the real, there's the fake, and then there's the blind. Shift change is over. You know, who knows? They could just be regular people. But what this program does do to you is just makes everybody look suspicious. Even though they're the ones that get the alerts saying there's a suspicious activity. But yet they're the ones that are suspicious. Maybe it's just coincidental. I'm sure it is. See, the other park, it has so many people that it's a little bit more out in the open. This one only has a few, so when people show up, it's the same. It's the same damn thing. They sit there, they don't get out, they don't look at you. So that, you know, that kind of tells me who they are. I think the more you know, obviously, the better it is. Because the beginning stages are that confusion stage. It's you know, it's tough at first. It is. And then once you get past that and you realize what is truly going on and why you're being surveilled, it's not so bad at all. It's just, you know, and my way of defeating them, and they know it, is through all angles. All angles. Because let's see, when they like to target, they love targeting single women. Single women, because they can try to put more fear into a woman who's living by herself, and they can always go in at any time in their house and just set things up and plant stuff and drug them or whatnot. And but when you have somebody, especially when you have your family. And that's the one thing that I've done, is just made everything completely aware to everybody in my family, even though they didn't believe it at first. But over time, this is why I say that sometimes I think Like today I was starting to think that, dude, shut up! I don't know where that came from, but anyway. Sometimes I started to think like, man, what are they? I'm not seeing much action today. I've driven all over the place. And maybe they're switching it back over to covert. Yeah. I guess it's bingo. So, before I was rudely interrupted with that very loud microphone, when they can just easily access your home, think about it, that's what turns them on. It's disgusting. Because that's the power trip that they have. They can get in your house, they can do whatever they want, then they can follow you around, they can do whatever they want. But see, when you build up your army ahead of time because you see what the plan is, you see what they're doing, it's just, for me personally, it's just another way to defeat them. That's all. Keeping them out. Making them work harder. They got to work harder. Same as the work situation that I was being targeted by. Now that I understand that you get targeted by, I swear to God, you get targeted by your own boss. I mean, not my main boss, but you know, some guy that was slithering his way into the workforce area, not really doing any work at all besides poking holes in your pipes. I guarantee if I walk up there, it's just some guy out in his backyard with a loud microphone, just for me. Because it sounds like there's a 1,000 people, like it's a concert. And yes, that they are that pathetic. They would do that just for you. Because the person on the other side of this phone right now that watches in and listens in on, you know, 24/7, don't you think they know when you're recording and you're trying to talk? Because, you know, if I was one of them creepy guys, right, I would be damn good at the job. You know, I would have to sell my soul first, but I know that whatever I put my mind to, whatever my job is, I'm going to do the best that I can at it. So, just like these, showing these stalkers and catching them in the act and making them admit what the hell they're doing, you know, like that guy. Why you follow me? Because my girlfriend. All right, dummy. Just gave yourself away. Huh. Somebody can't sing. But when you make it obvious on camera and put it on YouTube, and they see that, because they're looking at it too, and they're like, oh crap, shit, yo, we gotta, we gotta calm down with this. We're making it way too obvious. And we need to be more covert to Robin, because he's recording us all the damn time. And he keeps showing these freaking clowns that we hire. They're so stupid, damn it. We need the professional ones. So when they keep getting snagged, well, yeah, I would back off too a little bit. I would start sending cars with 2 headlights and not 1. I would stop opening up my doors and turning my freaking blinkers on. It's like anything else. You have an opponent who is your enemy because they want to beat you, but yet it's like, it's so pathetic because your opponent is it's the government. I mean, they have all this technology, they have all this surveillance, and it's just little old you, them against you. Millions, billions, gazillions of dollars, right? Versus you. Chicken. So that's why I say it's not even fair. It's not even fair for them. It's not even a fair game. They're going against the Almighty God and His people one at a time. One singular person at a time, as they try to bully and gang stalk you. Think about how pathetic that is. One person versus millions. And they want to take you down spiritually. Well, they can't, because they're too stupid to understand that when you have Christ in your heart, when you know God has your back, He's on your side, when He's proven it to you time and time again, they can't touch you. They can't stop you. There's nothing they can do. They can try everything in the world. It just ain't gonna work. And you feel almost, you know, because I have a heart. I am a real human being. I swear, I'm not a robotoid. Because you have a heart, it's like these people are, again, they're just big, immature kids. I heard Trump say one time, I don't get mad. I don't get upset. Yeah, right. You're lying your ass off. You're a miserable F. And there's a bright star that comes out before the sun even goes down. I can't catch it here on camera, but it's there. It's just you can't see it. Yeah, because when the camera's off on them, I can only imagine how they talk, what they say, their attitude. They're miserable. It's just a flat out fact. The richest people in the world are miserable. They put on a front because that's what they are. They're actors. But when they watch us behind closed doors and when the camera's turned off, they see who we really are. They know our true character. That's why they're fascinated with following us. Fascinated. How can you possibly have a good attitude when we're stalking the shit out of you and trying to harass you day in and day out? How can you possibly say that it's because of God in your heart? So they'll think that we're liars until they actually continue to watch us and see our every move, and they hear us when the camera's off, even though it's still on. It's off to YouTube. Like, my camera's off with YouTube, but to them it's still rolling. Yeah, it's like the bloopers. It's the they get to see all the bloopers. When you make a video and it's not, you know, you don't think you even said anything and you delete it, it goes to them. They watch everything. But sometimes we only get to see the bloopers when they show it to us, but they get to see it all day long. I can see it with my eye. Well, there it is. You can see the sky is still light blue. I mean, this star, it cracks me up every time. Let's say, you know, the sun completely goes down at 7, and around 6 o'clock, that star pops out. That just looks like a diamond with an eye in it. This sky is unreal. No, seriously, it's unreal. I mean, look at the ripples in it.